Jungle temples are another of the many naturally generating structures present in Minecraft. They are often surrounded by vines and dense foliage, making them hard to come across. However, if you do happen to find a jungle temple, you'll be in for a treat. Jungle temples feature a mix of cobblestone and mossy cobblestone on their exterior, as well as puzzles, hidden treasure rooms, and booby traps on the inside. In this video, we are going to be recreating the jungle temple on Tinkercad, as our second video in our 3D printing Minecraft series at Schematics. Let's begin! Hey everyone, Noah again. In this video, I'll be guiding you step by step on how to make a jungle temple on Tinkercad. I've broken up the jungle temple into layers 1 through 6 as well as the patterns on the sides, fronts, and back of the jungle temple. If you're having trouble on any of these steps, or wish to go back to them, feel free to go to their respective timestamps. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into it. To start off, we're going to be making two custom shapes, a block and a stair. To do this, you're going to drag a box and change its dimensions to 1 by 1 by 1 unit and make it a gray. Now create a shape and name your shape block. Now you're going to want to drag a block, copy and paste a new one in, and change this new block's height and width to 0.5 units. Change it into a hole. Now use the align tool to get it into this corner here and group, create a shape and name your shape stair. Alternatively, if you have your block and stair ready from the desert temple, use the settings icon to edit and change their color manually. Now we can move on to making the first layer of the jungle temple. First, drag a block and make it 12 units long and 15 units wide. Change its height to 2 units. And now drag a block, and with this we're going to make a 4 unit long hole. Now use your align tool to get it into the center, face, and uppermost part of the layer. Group. Now drag a stair and make it 4 units long. Get it into the same position as our hole. And group. That's the first layer complete. Drag it away, and to start the second layer, drag a block and make it 8 units long and 11 units wide. Change its height to 2 units. Now drag a block. We're going to make a 2 unit long and 2 unit tall hole. And now select everything and use your align tool to get it centered and on the face side. Group. Now drag a block, change its dimensions to 2 units long and make it a hole. And use your align tool to get it in the center, back, and uppermost part of the layer. Now group. Lift up 2 units off of the ground. Use your align tool to make sure it's centered and group. Now let's move on to layer 3. Start off by dragging a block and making it 10 units long and 13 units wide. Change its height to 4 units. Now drag a block and make it a 2 unit long hole. Lift this hole up 2 units off of the ground and copy and paste a new one in. Now drag it to the layer and use your align tool to get it in the center face side. Group and do the same except do it in the center and the back. As such. Now group and lift up this layer 4 units off of the ground. Now use your align tool to get it centered and group. Now to start off layer 4, drag a block and change its length to 6 units and its width to 9 units. Drag a block and make it 3 units tall. Now copy and paste this until you have 4 pillars. And select everything and use your align tool to get them all into a corner. Now use your arrow keys and move them all so that they're each one block diagonally from each corner of the layer. Once you're at this point, select everything and group. Now select and lift this layer 8 units off of the ground. Now move it over to your jungle temple and use your align tool to get it centered. Group. Now to start layer 5, drag a block and make it 4 units long and 7 units wide. Drag a block in and lift it up 1 unit off of the ground. Copy and paste until you have 4 blocks. And use your align tool to get them all into a corner. Now use your arrow keys and have 1 block in each corner of the layer as such. Now select and group and lift this layer 9 units off of the ground. Now use your align tool to get it centered and group. Now to start layer 6, drag a block and make it 2 units long. Drag a stair and again make it 2 units long. Copy and paste this stair, and with our new stair, rotate it 180 degrees. Now select everything and use your align tool to center, and rearrange the blocks and stairs using your arrow keys until it resembles this shape. Group, and from here, lift up our final layer 10 units off of the ground. And now, use your align tool to get it centered and group. Now we'll begin the patterns on the side of the jungle temple. Drag a block and make it 2 units tall. Copy and paste this pillar until you have 6. Now drag a block and lift it up 2 units off of the ground. Copy and paste 1 more in. Now select everything and use your align tool to get them all centered. And now select them individually and use your arrow keys to space them out with 1 unit in between as such. And drag the top blocks until they're in this position here. Now group and lift this pattern 5 units off of the ground. Copy and paste a new one in. Now drag it to the jungle temple and use your align tool to get it in the center and side. Group. Now do the same thing for the opposite side of the jungle temple. Now group. Now to begin the front and back patterns, drag a block, make it 2 units tall, copy and paste until you have 4. Drag a block, make it 2 units long, and lift it up 2 units off of the ground. Select everything and use your align tool to get them all cornered. Now use your arrow keys to move each pillar individually until you have this pattern here. Group and lift up your front and back pattern 5 units off of the ground. Copy and paste a new one in. Now drag the first one and use your align tool to get it in the front and center. Group. Do the same thing with the other one on the back and center as such. Group. And with that, our jungle temple is complete. Stay tuned for our next video in our 3D printing Minecraft series, where we will begin to design our biggest project yet, the Ocean Monument. Thanks for watching.